Hey there, Parker Reed here, and welcome to PR Media, your home for everything movies and music through my eyes. And today we have a review of the brand new 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray edition of Misery. After a serious car crash, novelist Paul Sheldon is rescued by former nurse Annie Wilkes, who claims to be his biggest fan. Annie brings him to her remote cabin to recover, where her obsession takes a dark turn when she discovers Sheldon is killing off her favorite character from his novels. As Sheldon devises plans for escape, Annie grows increasingly controlling, even violent, as she forces the author to shape his writing to suit her twisted fantasies. Going into this review, I've seen Misery a bunch of times growing up, and I always felt it was a very atmospheric, foreboding, and just stressful movie to watch because it feels very realistic and like something like this could actually happen. This movie is filled with tension and fantastic performances. I mean, Kathy Bates is a horror icon at this point for her performance in Misery. And before I go into the 4K Blu-ray specs, I do want to say this is a good-looking disc. However, there are quite a few soft shots where it looks like worse than DVD quality. I'll put one up right here so you can see it. Those are just peppered throughout, and I just want to get that out of the way before we go into the 4K specs. So let's get into it. If you decide to pick up Misery on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray in the United States, there's only one version to pick from, and it's this beautiful slipcover edition here from Kino Lorber. And on the front, we have that classic artwork with the 4K Ultra HD and Blu-ray logos at the top. And on the back, we have some information about the movie, its technical specs, as well as what special features are offered. And on this disc, we have an audio commentary by director Rob Reiner, audio commentary by screenwriter William Goldman, Misery Loves Company featurette, a bunch of other featurettes, and then some theatrical trailers. So not a lot of special features, so you're pretty much buying this for the disc itself, and there's not even a digital copy included. Here is what the spine looks like. When you take off the slipcover, the case itself looks exactly the same as its slipcover counterpart, and in true Kino Lorber fashion, the inside just features their logo on the disc. Nothing fancy or eye-catching here. For visuals on Misery, we have native 4K, and there are just a little bit of black bar at the top and the bottom, but it's basically full screen at this point. And overall, this picture is pretty great, except for maybe 1.5% of it. This is a very filmic looking picture, so there's a lot of grain. There's a big grain structure throughout this movie, and that's okay because with it brings a lot of detail, and there aren't a lot of lush landscapes or anything like that. You'll see some snow and maybe some shots of the town, but 90% of this movie is set in Kathy Bates' house, so there is a lot of detail on people's faces, and the textures are nice, but overall it's just not a flashy looking movie. It's just a pretty crisp looking filmic picture. And like I said, there are a few quite soft shots, but that probably has to do with the source material. There's nothing much they can do with that. But it is noticeable from time to time because it takes away from that 4K experience when it does pop up. For audio on Misery, we have a DTS HD Master Audio 5.1 mix, and overall, this does the job. Again, Misery is not a movie that has a lot of different things going on in the audio sphere. It's mostly dialogue with some suspenseful music put in there every once in a while, but you can always hear the dialogue. You don't have to turn on subtitles if you don't want them. And the score to Misery is classic, and it is peppered in here very nicely. So this mix is pretty solid. I'm pretty sure it's the same one we had in the Blu-ray disc, so nothing new here, no big Dolby Atmos track or anything like that. So would I recommend Misery on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray? I'm going to say yes. This is a day one pickup. I'm going to say that because this is one of the best Stephen King adaptations ever put to film. It's a true horror icon, and I think it's one of the most suspenseful movies ever made. It's realistic, and that really adds to the legend of this movie, and I think this 4K is priced pretty fairly right now, so get your hands on it while you can. Highly recommended by me. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked what you saw here, you can check us out on Facebook or Instagram, and like, comment, and subscribe if you so choose. My name is Parker Reed. You've been watching PR Media. Keep supporting physical media, and I'll see you next time. Thanks, guys.
I know you've been out. Is this what you're looking for? Eventually, you'll come to accept the idea of being here.
Annie, whatever you're thinking about doing, please don't do it. Annie, for God's...
Shh, darling. Trust me.
God's sake.
It's for the best. God, I love you.